So yesterday was a work day. We didn't really go far or do much, but I'm exhausted right now and finally doing the voiceover because today's was mental. Wicked foggy in Eaton's Neck. Eaton's Neck was absolutely gorgeous. We loved it. You saw that stuff yesterday, but we did get out, take the dog for one more walk and all that stuff before we left. This is footage of what it looks like in the fog. So there was no sunrise yesterday. It was, well, obviously the sun rose, but it was no show. The fog can be fun too, though. But we did get to actually take a longer walk with Peanut. It was kind of a cool shoreline down there when you get around the corner because you can't go on the good spot. But we did go down further south. And Peanut loved it. We called it the Horseshoe Crab Graveyard because there were literally hundreds of dead horseshoe crabs there. I don't know if it's just they walk up there or what, but this place is just covered in horseshoe crab shells everywhere, which Peanut, of course, sniffed every single one of them. The houses and stuff that are in water, it's all built off retaining walls, stuff like that. Everybody's got cool yards that come down to this stuff. It was just a neat little area. And Lida is now driving the boat more, which is good. She can actually handle the 6-horse engine, which is one of the reasons we downsized from the 15, so she can actually use it more and not want her to move along by herself. But Peanut loves riding along on it. And Peanut hated the foggy day, wanted to just stay down below. We finally did take off. We only did like 20 miles to go over to Little Neck Bay, which is right at the mouth of the East River, right where it comes in. And we did manage to squeeze in a workout while on the way. Lida's out back doing her thing while I was inside riding the bike. I did my bands earlier in the day. But we are managing to like get training in every single day we're out there. It's a ridiculous amount of bands, but works out. Cool lighthouse is that's Execution Rocks, which is pretty sick because it's like out in the middle of the bay, and I guess they chew up a lot of boats. So they built this lighthouse there. One of the two that we got up and close to on the way over, and real pretty. We love the freaking lighthouses; they're awesome. But this is when you started to get over close to New York City. And actually, when you get in this far, these houses, that was nuts. It was like straight up like this little Victorian castle almost. But that's the first time we could see the New York Manhattan Island skyline right there. If I was looming in the distance, it was just badass. It's like almost intimidating having it back there. And we knew that the next day we were going into this, which we did today. And tomorrow's video was going to be insane. Whatever, this was a lot of fun, and this was the second lighthouse we saw going into Little Neck Bay, which was cool. Little Neck Bay was a place where we were like, you know what, we don't really want to go to shore here. We're just outside of Queens. The shoreline was covered in really nice houses and stuff, but I don't know. We just got that sketchy. We were like, you know what? The dog can use the bathroom on the boat, and we are not going in. And that's Throg's Neck Bridge, which is the first one we went under this morning. So, like, we could see where we're going into the East River, and that's going to take us down to Manhattan Island. And this is where it got weird. So I take a quick video there. You saw this 70-year-old guy come up in a kayak. And the weather was starting to clear and the fog rolling back, and Lyda and I decided that we had no desire to go ashore and deal with people, so we're going on deck to enjoy the improving weather, hang out in the cockpit while I make dinner and all that. Place is pretty, just don't want to hit land. He comes by the boat, I said hello, he starts talking. Nothing unusual, innocent enough, just friendly. Lyda's introvert alarm goes off like crazy, so she hides down below deck at this point and is just listening to the exchanges. It slowly turns from what I do for a living and giving him advice on how to protect assets in the form of a trust, and somehow derails and shoots off on a tangent about his bisexual love fest with some younger man sailing from Trinidad to Grenada. And it was a straight up violation. A safely socially distanced violation, but this dude so obviously wanted to do butt stuff to me that Lyda was down below laughing herself into hysterics, texting my sister and Tom while I'm above waiting for any moment to break and run from the guy as I'm getting a description of the most ridiculous things he was doing at Carnival with these strange women and everything like that. And he's talking about them rubbing their front sides and their back sides on them. And then he disappears with his freaking weird lover. And oh my God, it just got so crazy. I could not believe what this guy was talking about. And we finally lied, and after we got him to go away, and I turned around and made sure he went off in the distance, so I was totally creeped out. I wouldn't go above decks again. We decided that we were going to keep the foghorn handy, so that if somebody came close again, we were going to blow it off and scream rape at them to try and get them to go away. It was crazy. This guy was nuts, complete weirdo freak. So this ladder finally dragged me back up to the sunset because we did get this totally epic sunset. And I came back up, and her and Peanut were enjoying it. People were sailing and stuff like that. And it's like, it was nice, but we didn't really realize how well I had positioned the boat. It was so cool. There's this train off in the distance on the south. It gave this feel because the environment was so perfect as far as visually that like you were like in this giant train set kind of thing, like a kid's toy almost. It was such a surreal feeling. Um, but anyways, we did check out the train coming by like every 20 minutes going out to Long Island and everything. And then that's when the sun really started to put on a show. And we realized that the sun was going to set right like over the Throgs Neck Bridge. It was going perfectly towards it. And I just accidentally put us in this spot. And as it got lower and lower, you can see here, it's going into the bridge. I can't tell you, these videos look awesome, like it's cool, but the detail, this sunset was so freaking cool. And it just goes through the bridge there. And we're just completely overwhelmed watching that one. It was something that was really, really cool. So after the sunset, that was the end of it. And we got up this morning, got a little bit late of a start because we were timing the current through the river and everything like that. But whatever, I'm going to leave you here with more sunset. This goes on for a while, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.